Hi, Mark Savage here with Savage on Wheels. And you know, when I was a kid, we souped up our cars. There were muscle cars. Now we soup up our trucks because trucks are the big deal. And there are muscle trucks. And this is a muscle truck. I mean, this is testosterone on wheels. This is the new Ram TRX. I guess that sounds supposed to say trucks. But anything with an X in it usually means it's sexy and it's got a lot of power. This thing rocks. 702 horsepower, a supercharged V8. We'll show you that in a minute. But look how big this thing is. It's got 11.8 inches of ground clearance. We got 35-inch tires. That's how tall these babies are. And I mean, I'm not a tall guy, but look at where the hood is on this. I mean, if I get hit by this, it's taking my head right off. So on top of all that, of course, they've added all sorts of goodies to this thing. It starts at about 69 grand. With all the goodies, 89 and change. And we got running boards with slits in them here. Those are special. Lets the water out. That's good. You're not going to slip and fall on those. We got the big Ram bar in the pack here. That thing really, oh, it looks tough. And on top, of course, we got the big lights. So when you're out off-roading, you can see way ahead of you. And in back, look at this. This is a little extra too. We got our big spare tire right in here in the trunk, and of course the nice liner on the bed. But this is a Macho Man truck, man. All the guys are gonna love it. I hope the ladies like it too. But to me, this is Mr. Macho Man's truck. All right, everybody says size matters. Well, obviously it does in tires. Look at this again, about a 35-inch tire right here for the Ram, and my buddy Paul's got a nice Durango, which is a pretty good sized vehicle as it is, right?
Yeah.
The tires here about 30 inches. And I think when we pull back here, you'll see how big this is compared to each other. I mean, this thing is a monster. I got a 48-inch yardstick here. We'll see. Oh, it doesn't even come up to the edge of the front of the hood here. We go over to the Durango, 48-incher. Well, yeah, this one was about 42, I guess, if all the way up to here. So, size matters. This thing is a big beast. You got huge tires. There's almost a foot across on those big boys. Wrangler tires. So, again, pretty big deal. We'll show you the engine next. Okay, so we're under the hood of this big thing. There's a lot of plastic in here, and we're gonna show you under the air cleaner here, but you know what? This is a little bit hard to get at. I'm gonna get up on the ladder here. Yeah, this looks better. Okay, so here we got the big 6.2 supercharged HEMI in here, V8 of course, and if we lift this up, you can see the big air cleaner. They say this will move 4 times the air of the Raptor. And you can see in the back here, here's the big openings. And this thing is a bad boy. All right, so we've got the Ram TRX. We're getting ready to head onto the highway here. We're gonna hope that no slowpokes fall right in front of us.
Or cops.
Or cops. Either one would be bad. But we're gonna see. They say you can do 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. And look at this, of course we got construction trucks on here. But we're gonna clear across out from that and then we'll go. Listen to that. Holy cow. This thing will go. Here's 102 I saw. Okay, 103.
Yep.
There we go on a highway ramp. And you know, I'll tell you, Paul and I use this ramp a lot when we're testing out the cars just to see how fast we can go in that short burst, which is what, maybe an 1/8 of a mile. And I would say we could get to the 90s pretty easily on a lot of the cars these days. But we're talking a, you know, 5,000-pound plus truck here, and this thing, it will rock. So good for that. And we'll, in a little bit, we're going to take it off-road here and show you a few of the features. Unlike a lot of just basic trucks, this has a very luxurious interior, leather seats, kind of I don't know, leathery feel to almost everything, including the dash here. And you can see there's even a little bit of a kind of a suede top to the dash there, so that's pretty cool. And Paul, I don't know if you can show them right now, but we got this giant screen here. I'll turn this on and off so you can see what it does. But this is over a foot tall, So it's got all your climate controls. We got for heated seats, heated steering wheel. Everything is right here. And again, of course, obviously you've just got your regular radio. Obviously we got a satellite radio in here, so we got a lot of choices to be made. So we got a lot of settings here. You know, there's drive modes on all the cars and trucks these days. This one has 8. Automatic is, of course, what you're going to keep in most of the time. But then there's another one, custom. There's mud and sand. There's also rock. And then Baja is the next one. Gives you all the dampening you can in the suspension. There's also sport and tow and snow, which obviously we will need here in Wisconsin eventually. And then we're back to automatic. But let's put it on the off-roading setting there, Paul, and mud and... There's a little delay. There we go. Mud and sand. We'll put it in there because we're going to go off-road a little bit here. You know, the shocks on this thing are Bilstein Blackhawk shocks, so it'll suck up some of the rocking and rolling that we normally do when we get off-road. TRX trucks. Got to go off-road, right? It's an off-road vehicle and it's got a lot of power. That's not a problem, so we're going to go over some pretty good sized bumps here and see how it handles. We don't want to tip it over. Oh, wait, we probably won't do that. We got 13 inches of travel in the front suspension and 14 inches in back. So it'll handle some pretty major off-road stuff. And while we're bouncing around a little bit in here, Paul and I were commenting on some of the rough roads we've been over today, that this ride is really pretty decent. The Bilstein shocks in the back, these are Blackhawk shocks, and they really seem to handle everything. Let's see. You know, that was a pretty good hump there, and this is a pretty good drop off right here. There we go. Oh boy. This is rocking and rolling, baby. But again, all things considered, pretty comfortable. And you know, I guess the thought is you may want to race this truck and take it on a Baja type course. And I think it's certainly plenty capable, and obviously it's got the big air box up there to go through dust and dirt. So pretty amazing. Ram TRX. It's the truck for the guy or gal that has everything and wants everything. You can take it off-road. You can take it to the racetrack. It's got launch control on it, for crying out loud, if you want to go drag race this thing. It's got power. It's got a comfortable interior. It's got everything.